If a foreign government tried to censor a newspaper's iPhone app, Apple would not comply without a fight. Unless that foreign government just happens to be China. Over the holidays, Apple removed the New York Times iPhone app from the Chinese App Store after receiving a government request. In its defense, Apple says that it was just playing by local Chinese rules. Those nebulous Big Brother rules. We shall prevail. Part of me understands where Apple's coming from. Apple is a global company. It can't just ride in on a high horse importing its own legal code designed by Apple in California. It has to uphold the local law, just like everybody else. After all, wouldn't it be totally crazy if Apple decided to just not comply with a government order? Oh wait, that's exactly what Apple did last year during that whole FBI scuffle. Remember?
It's about freedom of expression and freedom of speech. These are core principles of America.
Just because a company operates in a certain country doesn't mean they have to automatically do whatever that government tells them to. It's called get a good lawyer. Last year, Apple contested a federal judge order, leaving it up to the courts to decide whether it had to make a special version of iOS that authorities could easily hack into. And in the end, the challenge didn't even make it to the courts. The FBI ended up dropping the whole thing. In this case, however, Apple isn't even telling us what the Chinese request was all about. What local regulations did the New York Times app violate exactly? And did Apple receive a court order or some other legal document? Because there's a big difference between following the rules and being someone's butt. Apple and China's relationship is very complicated, of course. Earlier this year, Apple had to shut down its own iTunes and iBooks services. And it all may be because of the crazy large government subsidies that the iPhone manufacturers get in China. These government perks were first reported by, surprise, surprise, the New York Times, just days after their app was taken down. So, how complicit will Apple be in China's continued censorship of the internet and the surveillance of its own users? The scary part is that, unless Apple stands up to it, we may never really know.